The rain had been falling for hours, cold, relentless, and thick like a curtain. Emily gripped the steering wheel tighter, squinting through the windshield as her wipers fought a losing battle against the storm. She was supposed to be home an hour ago. Google Maps kept rerouting her through endless backroads. The latest turn brought her to a narrow path, one that didn't exist on the map. Hollow Street, read the rusted sign, barely visible in the headlights. She hesitated. The gas light was blinking. Her phone had no signal. The rain slammed harder now, like fists pounding the roof. She stared ahead, and something in her gut told her she shouldn't go forward. But she did. She clenched the wheel. The low fuel light blinked like a heartbeat. No signal, no map, just rain and a road that didn't want to be found. She turned onto Hollow Street. The road was narrow, swallowed by trees. No signs of life, no lights, just the hiss of tires on wet gravel, and a creeping sense that something was waiting in the dark. She slowed as her headlights caught the shape of a house. Wooden. The porch sagged, the windows black as voids. It looked forgotten, but her heart told her otherwise. It looked like it had been waiting. She stepped out, pulling her coat close. Rain soaked through instantly, cold as ice. The house loomed before her, silent. She didn't know why she walked toward it. She only knew she had to. She raised her hand and knocked. 3 slow taps. No answer. No footsteps. Just silence. Then, the door creaked open. On its own. She stepped inside. The air was thick, warm, like breath. The door closed behind her without a sound. Her wet shoes squeaked against the warped floorboards. No light switch. No voices. But something had already welcomed her. Then she heard it. Slow, deliberate creaks. One step. Another. From upstairs. She wasn't alone. But no one had spoken. No one had moved. Except whatever was now coming down the stairs. From the top of the stairs, something watched. It didn't breathe. It didn't blink. Simply waited. And Emily, standing below, suddenly felt the weight of eyes that weren't hers. She climbed, one careful step at a time. Each board beneath her moaned, as if the house remembered pain. The higher she went, the colder it got, though the air was still, and every shadow seemed to move, just a little. At the end of the hallway, a door stood open, just a crack. From within came a sound she hadn't heard in years. Laughter. Not cruel, not kind, just wrong. Like a memory twisted too far. She reached out, fingertips trembling, just inches from the brass knob. The light inside pulsed once, then vanished. In that sudden dark, something shifted. Not in the room, but behind her. Behind her, something stood. No breath, no voice, just presence. She didn't turn, couldn't, because deep inside, she already knew. It had always been there. The light died. The door slammed shut, hard enough to shake the walls. Darkness rushed in, thick and living. She couldn't move, couldn't breathe, and behind her, something whispered her name. She didn't remember the hallway, didn't remember the photos, but there she was, in every frame. Younger, older, smiling, sometimes alone, sometimes not. Memories she never lived, faces she never met, and yet, they remembered her. She stared at the photographs, old, colorless, and cold. They shouldn't mean anything, but they did, because the girl inside each frame was her, smiling in years she hadn't lived, standing in places she'd never been. And in one photo, the girl wasn't alone. She stepped inside, one step, two, then, slam. The door behind her shut so hard the walls shook. She spun around. No handle, no keyhole, just a door that had never meant to let her leave. She stood in front of the chair, but didn't sit, couldn't, because behind her, in the voice she thought was her own, she heard it, Emily, drawn out, soft, like breath on glass, like death remembering her name. The light stuttered, buzzing, twitching. The chair creaked, turned, slowly. No hands, no wind, and Emily was gone. Only silence remained, and the sound of something else, taking her place. In the silence, a phone rang. Forgotten, buried in dust. No one should have answered it, but someone did, and a voice, not hers, whispered through the static. She came back. The rain never stopped. The road disappeared, and the house just waited. Then, in a window upstairs, a light, flickering, steady, like someone had just come home. At first light, the postman came. He said nothing, just slipped a letter into the rusted box. Rain tapped gently on his hat, and on the envelope, in careful cursive, one name, Emily. No return address, no stamp, only the past, delivered,